Well, hello, everybody, and we're here with another episode of Quarantine Questions. And this time I've got my friend Zach Duke. He's a left-handed pitcher, former left-handed pitcher for, Dukey, I don't even know all the organizations you played for, but
it's about a third of the league.
Well, good. You were well-traveled, but I appreciate you being here. You're also one of our Water Mission All-Stars, and I thought it'd be good to have you on today, and I really appreciate your time.
No, thanks for having me. I have a lot of time to give, so this works out well.
So talk about that. We all are curious to hear what everybody's doing in quarantine, and you're there in Nashville with your 3 kids and your wife, Kristen. So what does your house look like?
It's a disaster. First of all, there's stuff everywhere. There's holes in my wall because I tried to mount a TV. Didn't go so great. There's about 20 holes trying to find a stud. It's got this soundboard stuff. Complicated. But the bracket's up. So
there you go.
Other than that, so I have 2 daughters and a son. The ages are 9, 6, and 5. So my oldest is a 3rd grader. The son's in kindergarten, and my youngest is pre-K. And it's been strange, just transitioning to doing everything on video and being math tutor and English tutor and spelling tutor and kindergarten tracing numbers and tracing letters guy. But it's been awesome because I just retired this year, and so one of my main contributing factors to that retirement was being able to spend more time with the kids and my wife, and thankfully we're getting a lot of that time. The main thing for me is just how to constructively use it and how to keep them engaged. And I've found myself now being the lunch lady and the gym teacher. Those are my main roles. So
oh, cool.
Getting to outline a gym class for 3 rambunctious kids is kind of fun. We went so far as to get them Fitbits. It's actually been helpful though, because now they compete with each other, so you didn't get the most steps in a day.
There you go. Well, since you're the lunch lady, let me ask you this question. What is the most creative or maybe the strangest thing that you've prepared for them for a meal in quarantine?
So I don't know if anybody else out there has picky eaters for kids, but I do. It's very limited. It's a lot of chicken nuggets. There's some hot dogs, some little mini deep dish pizzas. I had to get creative the other day. I took these little pita bread. We usually eat some hummus with these little pita bread circles, I guess, ovals, whatever they're called. But they're delicious. But I was out of frozen pizzas. So I just took some cheese, melted them on these little pita breads and made little individual pizzas. No sauce, no nothing. And now the kids are requesting it every day. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Well, hey, life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, right?
Try to.
Awesome.
Might not always taste good, but you try to make it.
Yeah. And I love what you said about, being able to spend time with kids. Certainly that's something we're doing too, taking advantage of that. These are special times too. And your kids, like mine, are still at that age where they like hanging out with mom and dad. So I love
most of the time.
Yeah. But sometimes mom and dad need to hang out and you need to get the kids out. So what are some ways that you've been able to get them out of your house?
So it's been a really formulative time. My son has taken the training wheels off his bike. That's been huge. We live on a cul-de-sac, so it's then there's a gate, so it's really regulated traffic flow. So we just throw them out on the street, say, hey, put your helmet on. If you see a car, go to the side of the road. So the kids go ride their bikes up and down the street all the time. About day 1 of quarantine, my wife realized quickly we needed some more outside distractions for the kids. So we ordered a trampoline. We assembled that. So that's been huge. Biggest issue there is now every time they go out there, they want mom or dad to jump with them and double bounce them. So it's good for me to get some exercise, but sometimes I gotta say, hey, no, I have a TV wall or a TV wall mount to put in. I can't jump right now. But it's just kind of being creative, just we had ultimate dodgeball in the driveway yesterday. The kids loved it. And I got to get some pent up aggression out and fire dodgeballs at
Yeah,
kids. It was fun.
yeah. Was any first aid rendered?
No.
Okay.
I aimed for the legs mostly, so it was good.
There you go.
And I was never one who threw very hard. I didn't have the old 95 plus like you. So it's, even when I hit somebody in the big leagues with a hard baseball, it was kind of like, no, that was no big deal.
But you could
So,
hit your spots, and so I'm sure that a lot of people found that out in your
oh, my
family.
accuracy is still there. Yeah, there's a hump to it when I throw, but the accuracy is still there. Yeah.
There you go. Well, besides being a great family man, you're also a great partner of Water Mission. And you and I connected years ago, and you first heard about the work that we were doing. And you told me, you and Kristen said that you wanted to go into the field. And so I think it was 2 years ago, or maybe just a year ago in January, you and I went down, and Kristen went down to Haiti.
Yeah.
And I've got a picture of that right here. Tell us about that trip and what that meant to you and how it changed your perspective.
Yeah. So the beginning of that trip for us, we've been involved with a couple orphanages down there for years financially, and we've been trying to get down to get into the field and go see it firsthand. And finally, we had that trip, and it just so happened that Water Mission, you were there representing Water Mission, checking on some projects, and that seeing the impact the Water Mission has in those communities really changed our perspective. It really changed kind of our values and how we prioritize those. Seeing the lengths that people have to go to just to get clean water, and the joy and the lengths that they're willing to go to just for that, it really hit home with me. Because here in the States, we don't think about it. There's clean water everywhere, but just to really see somebody walking a mile each way just to get water, and then as we were walking around, you brought up the fact that, oh, hey, there's some latrines, and I said, that literally is something I've never even thought about. The fact that people don't have somewhere to use the bathroom. To hear that really hit home hard with me. Just sitting there thinking, man, if I had never had a bathroom to use, how would I react when I finally had that convenience and had that just somewhere to poop privately? Like, that's, to think that people go their entire lives without that, man, it's hard to live with for me. And so that was kind of, my wife and I talked about it, prayed about it, and wanted to figure out how to get some more awareness, some types of events or something going. I had to talk with my agent, and they got it set up. We did, in Cincinnati last year, we did the Uncork for a Cause. And I thought it paired together really well. Jesus turns water into wine. We're going to turn wine back into water. I thought that worked great. And hopefully it's something that, especially more baseball players can do things like that. If they have a chance to go see the impact that Water Mission has around the world, and just get that change of perspective like we did. And it's such an easy thing to do. It's such a good tie-in, and really raises the awareness.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, and I'm showing the picture right now of that event. The event Zach's talking about is something that he came to us with, and this group, Uncork for a Cause, does host an event, and it's centered around a wine tasting event, but there's also memorabilia sales, a live auction, people that it's open to the public, and people that come pay for an admission price and then end up buying a lot of other things while they're there, and proceeds go to a charity. And you and Kristen designated Water Mission as that charity. And so aside from the money that was raised there that night, there was a lot of awareness. And so I'd love that you bring that up, because you've talked about 3 different aspects in the ways that you're involved with Water Mission and with other organizations too. You mentioned the financial piece. You mentioned the trip that you went on, the time that you allowed yourself to go and see it firsthand. And then when you came back, you took that motivation and that excitement and you hosted this event. And I think we had about half of the team, the Reds, showed up.
Oh yeah, my teammates in Cincinnati showed up big time, and that was awesome. It was such an encouragement to me, and really the conversations that spurned after that. Guys wanted to do similar events, and just like me, the work the Water Mission does wasn't even on their radar, but now, they're, without even going into the field and having it personally impact them, they want to get involved. So those conversations are ongoing, which is awesome. I think you mentioned there's supposed to be another Uncork for a Cause in Milwaukee this year, which is awesome.
Yeah, we actually had two planned. Not sure if the one in Milwaukee is going to happen. It was scheduled for the end of May with another one of our partners up there that plays for the Brewers. And then we would hope to have one in St. Louis later on in the summer. So maybe we'll get the one in St. Louis in. But yeah, Uncorked has been a great tool, not just for raising money and putting it toward these projects, but also the awareness piece. And really just wanted to say thanks for what y'all have done in that.
Well, I mean, thank you guys for running a great organization and one that I'm proud to be a part of or come alongside of and assist. And, it's easy to get behind organizations that do great work. And, I thank you for, we first got to know each other, 10, 12 years ago, before you were even involved with Water Mission. But that relationship continued on when you got involved. I thought, man, if Scott's involved, I can definitely get behind this. Hey, here's my son.
Yeah. Hey.
What's up, buddy? How you doing, bud? What you up to? How about this hair?
Yeah, I was going to say, are you doing hair today?
Yeah, so it's kind of messy. So yeah, this is my responsibility. When it's fixed, that's mom's doing, but
yeah.
You want one? Okay. Put it in here.
Yeah. Cool.
You want to tell them how we've been spending our days? You don't want to talk? Come on, bud. We've been doing a lot of baseball practice. This he's missing his baseball season.
Oh,
we were that's been put on hold too, but he loves the game and loves practicing, loves throwing, hitting. So he's missing it. It's been hard.
Yeah. Well, like you guys, I hope we get back out there soon too. I'm missing it too. And I've been talking to these guys as a way to try to encourage others who are missing baseball. And I don't know if you have any memories, particular memories that you'd like to share, maybe a funny story from your playing days. And like you said, you played for a lot of different teams, had a lot of teammates, maybe one of your favorite teammates, who are some guys that you really
man, my list of teammates is so long. There's been so many great guys. Early on in my career, Sean Casey was a huge influence. Actually got his jersey hanging up in here.
Nice.
I know you mentioned you talked to Sean earlier, so love that guy.
Yeah.
He's way more entertaining than me. But really, I mean, I've had a ton of great teammates, ton of guys that I learned a lot from, and hopefully maybe some of them learned something from me that was good. Probably learned some bad stuff. But, the main thing, it was so hard for me I was with 9 teams in the last 9 years. So missing out on first steps and traveling around the country all the time, moving extra, baseball players move 3 times a year if they're on one team, and then get traded mid-season or released, which I did a few times. It just there's added stress there and hopping around the country. But looking back, we got to see so many parts of this country. We got to take the kids up on Mount Rainier in Seattle. Awesome. We went up in the Arch in St. Louis. Yeah, you went there. Got in trouble. Got in trouble because I didn't take my son didn't get to go up in the Arch. Why? So we'll have to go back.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just so thankful for the time I had and all the guys that I got to meet and cultures I got to learn about, and just the relationships that I've was able to build and continue, and man, I miss it. I miss watching the game.
Yeah.
But like days like yesterday, MLB Network was playing, Greg Maddox's games all day. That was fun to watch. He was such a big inspiration for me growing up, especially when I realized I wasn't going to be a guy that throws 100 miles an hour. Just learning the craft from him. That was fun to go down memory lane and relive all those emotions and kind of trace my own steps back where in my learning process of pitching and knowing that I got to compete with that guy and actually came out on the winning end a couple times, which was it's one of those memories that I just love.
Well, cool. Well, I appreciate you sharing that, Zach. Appreciate you as one of our Water Mission All-Stars for all that you do, not just for your financial support, but for your time, for your advocacy, the many ways that you and Kristen use your influence. So really appreciate it, and great to be with you guys today.
Well, thank you guys, and everybody be well out there. It's all about perspective in these times, and we can dwell on the bad or dwell on the good, and let's all try to dwell on that good and build each other up and be as positive as we can.
Amen. All right. See you later.
Oh, sure. We'll see you, Scott.
All right.